This is world-renowned sports writer Bob Ryan, and you're about to witness a signature voice production.
Hello and welcome to Gibson Field. I'm Kevin Prake, along with my cameraman Jameson Smith and my statistician Joshua Nix, and we're here to bring you varsity baseball action featuring the Cohasset Skippers and the Canton Bulldogs. Here it is senior night here at Gibson Field. The Bulldogs looking to win their last home game of the season. Who will win? Who will lose? Find out next.
Steve Gore. Steve will be attending Quinnipiac University in the fall. Steve's hobbies include whitewater rafting and synchronized swimming.
Going on, it's senior night, so they're getting pictures.
Oh,
So just
it's okay.
why don't you zoom in? Do like you would do for a normal baseball game.
Next
Just
up,
some,
we have
to them.
first-year
Yeah, but I
varsity
don't think
player,
like as they
number
come
1,
out.
Noah
Okay.
Sayer. He will be attending Bridgewater State University in the fall. His hobbies include eating cereal. Next up, a 2-year varsity player, number 18, Jim Jenkins. Jim will be attending Assumption College in the fall, and Jim's hobbies include long walks on the beach and collecting stamps. Next up, a 2-year varsity player, number 3, Jimmy Hamrock. Jimmy will be attending Bentley University in the fall. Jimmy's hobbies include bird watching and tree hugging.
Steve and Noah, have you guys out front?
Next up, a 2-year varsity player, number 4, Mike McMahon. Mike will be playing baseball at Spectre College next year. Mike's hobbies include collecting model trains and building tree houses. Next up, we have a 3-year varsity player, number 23, Joe Byers. Joe will be playing football at Mass Maritime Academy in the fall. His hobbies include grooming his dog and karaoke.
So cute.
Next up, we have a 3-year varsity player, number 34, Sean Doyle. Sean will be attending Massasoit Community College in the fall, and his hobbies include running his world-famous Doyle's Diner. Next up, we have a 4-year varsity player, number 14, Kevin Powers. Kevin will be attending University of West Virginia in the fall, and his favorite hobbies include calculus and fine literature. And missing today is his brother, Jason Powers, number 15, who will be attending Keene State in the fall. Four-year varsity player, number 19, Captain Joe Pesha, attending the University of South Carolina in the fall, and his hobbies include poetry and juggling. Last but not least, four-year varsity player, number 9, Captain Griffin Jerrier. Griffin will be attending the University of California at Berkeley in the fall, and his hobbies include baking and competitive gardening. For our 11 seniors this year.
We're getting ready to start this baseball game as Kevin Powers is pitching for the Bulldogs. And Cohen is up to bat for the Cohasset Skippers. And that is a first pitch strike. 0-1 the count. A glorious day for baseball. There's a couple of clouds in the sky covering the sun, but that is a wild pitch from Kevin Powers. As the plane goes overhead, and it is a great day for baseball here at Gibson Field. Kevin Powers takes his pitch, here it comes, and that is a swing and a miss. 1-2 the count to Cohen. As we are here on senior night, remember every senior is playing for the Bulldogs. They are starting today. And that is a ball, 2-2 the count. The only one that is not currently starting is number 24, Steve Gorham, who is the one on the bench. And I can almost guarantee you that he will have time to play in this game. The pitch is hit up past Jim Jenkins and into the glove of Joe Pesha. But Doyle has to come off the bag, and he will be safe. Is the runner from Cohasset. And number 6 is up for the Skippers, Silva. The pitch is a first pitch strike. Powers is coming back from a suspension after he had a verbal altercation with an umpire, but he is back for his last home game of the baseball Canton career as the Bulldogs pull a double play as Cohen and Silva are both out. So here we are in the top half of the first inning with 2 outs.
How to be? Come on, Oak.
Powers looks to the pitch, lines up, and here it comes. And it is a first pitch strike. O'Connell, number 5, is up to bat for the Skippers. Here comes the pitch. And that is a strike. 0-2 the count.
Come on, 5.
Here comes Kevin's pitch. And it is a strike. And that is 3 straight strikes and a strikeout for Powers. So at the end of the top half of the first inning, the Cohasset Skippers go 1-2-3. The score at the end of the top of the first is 0-0. And here we go for the bottom half of the first inning, where number 4, McMahon, will lead off the game. As number 2, Connolly, is up for the pitching duties for Cohasset. That is a first pitch strike to McMahon.
Hey, Mike.
Hey,
Mike. Hey, start us off.
Cohen's pitch is a ball. 1-1 the count to McMahon. McMahon is the leadoff hitter for the Bulldogs of Canton today. Here's the pitch, and it is a strike. 1-2 the count.
What do you say, Joe?
The windup, here it comes. That is a ball. 2-2 the count.
There you go, 4.
As the umpire justs off home base, and we await the next pitch. And here it comes. And it is hit into the second baseman's glove. And that will be the first out of the bottom of the first inning.
Okay, pal, let's go 1-4.
And now up to bat is the pitcher, number 14, Kevin Powers. As Powers steps into the batter's box for the first time since last Thursday. Here comes the pitch. It is whacked high up in the air. It will be, looks to be caught, as 4 skippers went to go after that ball until number 1 ended up calling for it and got the ball. So 2 outs here in the bottom of the first inning. And number 9, Griffin Sherrier, is up at bat.
1-2 here.
And here comes the pitch to the senior as he fouls that ball off high up into the air and into the dark abyss known as the Fox behind Gibson Field. And now Griffin steps up back into the plate. Jerry waits, and here it comes, and that ball is once again fouled. 0-2 the count. As Griffin steps back into the batter's box after that foul ball, here comes the next pitch. And it is a third pitch strike. And just like the top of the first inning, minus the double play, the Bulldogs go 1-2-3. So at the end of 1, the score is the Cohasset Skippers 0, the Canton Bulldogs 0. And here we go in the top half of the second inning, where number 19 steps up to bat for the Cohasset Skippers. As Carlisle steps up to the plate and awaits the pitch from Powers. And it is a first pitch strike. 0-1 the count as Powers winds up and delivers the pitch. And that ball is hit off the end of the bat, and it will be fielded by Powers and thrown to number 34, Doyle. And that will be a ground out for Carlisle. 1 out here in the top half of the second inning. As number 1 is up to bat for the Skippers, Schubert. The pitch is another first pitch strike. As number 14 is pitching for Canton, Powers. And here comes the pitch. That ball is hit to the shortstop Joe Pesha, and he will throw that ball to Sean Doyle, but that ball will just escape Doyle's glove, and that will be a single for Schubert.
Hey, look to attack it. Look to attack.
Now number 25 for the Skippers is up at bat. As everybody in baseball has to have a short memory, just like a quarterback in football,
Hey, spin.
to remember what is going on. Here comes the try-play double play, and the Bulldogs get it. 2 double plays and 2 innings for the Bulldogs. That is almost double what they have gotten all year. So at the end of 1.5, the score is the Cohasset Skippers 0, the Canton Bulldogs 0. And here we go in the bottom of the 2nd inning, where number 19, the captain, senior, Hesha, is up to bat. In a game against the Stoughton Black Knights, Hesha hit a startling home run deep over 330 feet into right field. It was a 2-run home run. That ball is high up in the air, and it will be approaching the foul line, and it will be foul but caught by the first baseman. And that will be the first out of the bottom of the 2nd inning. Up next is the catcher, 23, Byers. The pitch is a first pitch strike to Byers. And correction, Pesha did have the home run in the Milford game, not the Stoughton game. Here comes the pitch. And that is the 2nd strike. 0-2 the count to Byers. As Cohen delivers, Byers hammers one deep into the dark abyss known as the forest behind Gibson Field, and Byers, the senior, will once again take his stance, as it is senior night here at Gibson Field. The pitch is a ball down in the dirt, 1-2 the count. 11 of the 16 students here on the Canton roster are seniors. Here comes the pitch. It is a high ball to 2-2 the count to Byers. The wind picks up here at Gibson Field, and it soon dies down, but that is another ball and a full count to number 23, Byers. 3-2 the count. The pitch is hit high up in the air, and it will be approaching the foul line. And it will not be caught by the left fielder, and Byers will have another attempt at hitting the ball into a favorable position for his team. Every member of the starting lineup here for Canton are seniors. The only senior not starting is number 24, Gorham, but I can almost guarantee you he will see time in this game. Byers takes time and steps out of the batter's box, now steps right back in. Full count. The pitch is a high sailing ball, and Byers will take his base. The first man on base for the Bulldogs all day long. Now here in the bottom of the 2nd inning, where the score is 0-0, there's 1 out, and the Bulldogs have a runner on first. Now up to bat is number 18, Jenkins. The pitch is fouled off into the cage behind home plate, and that will be the first strike of his at bat. 0-1 on the count. And here comes the pitch.
Yes.
Wild one into the umpire, and it will result in a stolen base full body as he reaches second base, standing upright. 1-1 the count to Jenkins, number 18, the senior.
G.I. Joe, second base only.
Here comes the pitch. And it is a bunt that is a high bouncing one. Lands on the first base and lands on the third base line as the pitcher and the catcher both try to attempt to gather it, but they collide into each other, and it results in a single for number 18, Jenkins. That ball was probably high. That had a very high arc for a foul ball that went at least 20 feet in the air. And
hey, on the ground, gotta go.
On
Read
the
it.
chalk of the third baseline, but the catcher and the pitcher collided into each other, resulting in a single for the speedy number 18, Jenkins.
Fine drive today, boy.
That ball is fouled into the Gibson Field beside Gibson, and it will be 0-1 the count to the spectacular left-hander Doyle. 34 takes another ball. 1-1 the count. Doyle spent a good margin of the season out with a leg injury, but he returned earlier last week. Here comes the pitch, and that ball is hit to the shortstop, and it will be a double play as the Bulldogs leave a man on base, but they did get somebody on base for the first time of this game. But unfortunately, the double play ends the inning, and at the end of 2, the score is the Cohasset Skippers 0, the Canton Bulldogs 0. Now up to bat for the Cohasset Skippers here in the top half of the third inning is number 10. For the Skippers, he will come up to bat as Powers throws his first pitch, and it will be hit into left field. It will be a base hit for number 10. Cabanaro. Joe Cabanaro hits the ball into left field. Now up to bat is number 14, Milanowski. Bill Milanowski takes the plate as the pitch goes from Kevin Powers. That ball was fouled off to the dugout of the Skippers from Cohasset. The pitch is a ball. 1-1 the count. Powers is still pitcher for the Bulldogs. The pitch is a swing and a miss, and the check at first base, and he will be safe at first base. 1 ball, 2 strikes. As there's time call by the umpire, number 14 steps out of the batter's box. The umpire at home cleans off home plate. Here comes the pitch. And that is a swing and a miss, and that will be the second strikeout for Kevin Powers.
Get it back. Have a good one here.
Now at the bat is the third baseman, number 27. Froyo. And that is a strike to Froyo. The pitch is another swing, but that is a miss. Strike 2. Number 14, Powers, winds up. Here's the pitch, and that is a swing and a miss, and that will be a strikeout looking. So 2 outs here in the top half of the third inning. The Skippers go back to the top of their lineup. Cohen, the pitcher, is up to bat. And Powers delivers his pitch. And it is a first pitch strike. The pitcher is still on the sense here. The pitcher for Cohasset is at the plate, and Canton's pitcher is pitching. The pitch is hit off into the bounce into number 14's glove. Powers throws it to Doyle, and it will be an out. So the Skippers leave a man on base, but at the end of 2.5, the score is still 0-0. And here we go in the bottom half of the 3rd inning as the Splendid Fielder, Jimmy Hamrock, is up at bat. The pitch is a first pitch ball. 1-0 the count. As Cohen is still the pitcher for the Cohasset Skippers. The pitch is fouled off into the batting cages here at Gibson Field. Behind the dugout for the Canton Bulldogs and about 50 feet back. Here's the pitch. And it's foul off into the batting into the cage behind home plate. Good to see you.
Great to see you.
As number 2, Cohen, is at the mound. Here comes the pitch from Cohen. That is a ball. 2-2 the count. To the Splendid Fielder, the senior, Hamrock. The pitch is hit to the second baseman, but it goes through his legs and into the gap between right and center. So Hamrock will result in getting a single. Number 24, Gorham, is pinch hitting, is the DH in this game, and he will be next up at bat. As they check on the runner at first base, does the Skipper, and Hamrock will be safe at first. He now takes his lead once again, and there goes the first pitch to Gorham, and it'll be a first pitch strike. Gorham is a senior here at Canton High School, and he is one of 11 that are having the last game tonight. The check at first base, and Hamrock is safe, diving headfirst into the bag, and he will be safe at first, as there are no outs here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. The score is 0-0. As that ball is off the bat of number 24, Gorham, and it goes straight into the upper chest area of the umpire.
Is this like what they want to do?
That is why they wear a lot of padding, and he looks to be okay. 0-2 the count to number 24, Gorham, as there is a meeting of the minds at home at the mound between the catcher and the pitcher for Cohasset, as the score is 0-0 here at Gibson Field. There are many clouds in the sky, but it is a very pleasant and great day for baseball. Here's the pitch. It is a strike, and that will be a strikeout for number 24. Now, up to bat is McMahon, as we are at the top of the order for the Canton Bulldogs. Last time at bat, McMahon pop flied, and he resulted in an out. So he's 0 for 1 today. The pitch. And it will roll into the glove of number 5. And the Skippers will get the lead runner in Hamrock, but McMahon does get a single. So the Bulldogs lose a lead runner, but they do get a man on base with 2 outs here in the bottom half of the 3rd inning. Now up to bat is number 14, Powers. The pitch is almost wild, but it will be a ball that is contained by the catcher.
Let's go 1-4.
As number 14 is up at the plate. Number 2 checks at the runner, checks on the runner at first base. McMahon is safe.
Really?
As number 2 Cohen is the pitcher for the Skippers. The pitch is a strike to Powers. 1-1 the count. As number 2 looks at the runner at first base. Here comes the windup and the pitch to Powers, and that ball is high, sailing and foul, but let's see if the catcher catches it, and the sun does not allow him to catch that foul ball. As that ball got lost in the sun. But it will be a foul ball for number 14. 1-2 the count to Powers. The senior for the Bulldogs here. The pitch. As number 4 is stolen a base for the Canton Bulldogs. McMahon has successfully stolen second base. The second stolen base all day for the Canton Bulldogs.
Hey, 2 down, a little deeper. You're okay. Second base only.
2-2 the count to Kevin Powers. That ball is hit high up in the air, and it will be into the glove of the second baseman. So the Bulldogs leave a man on, but at the end of 3, the score is the Cohasset Skippers 0, the Canton Bulldogs 0. And here we are in the top half of the 4th inning as number 6 is getting ready to bat for the Skippers. Silva. The pitch is hit deep into center field, and it will be caught by number 9, Griffin Jerrier. Number 5 is up to bat for the Skippers of Cohasset. O'Connell looks for first pitch, and he gets it, but he fouls it off into the net above the cage behind home plate. Powers takes his pitch and throws it, and that ball is foul once again into the net behind home plate. This time a little bit higher than the previous one. 0-2 the count to O'Connell. The pitch from number 14, and he throws a strike. That will be the 3rd strikeout for Powers, and it will be the 2nd out of the top of the 4th inning. Now up to bat is number 19 for the Skippers, Carlisle. The pitch from Powers is a high ball. That is the first pitch to a hitter that has not been a strike from Powers. And the other first pitches have been hit. So that is the first pitch ball Powers has thrown all day. That ball is into the glove of number 19. And there is a successful catch by Doyle as the 2 connect. So after the 1-2-3 inning, the score at the end of 3.5 and halfway through the game is 0-0. Now up to bat is number 9, Carrier, and that ball is hit high up in the air, and it will be caught by the shortstop, number 5 from Cohasset, as that ball went at least 75 feet up in the air and almost went foul. But unfortunate for the Bulldogs, it did not. So at the top of the 4th inning, it'll be 1 out. The bottom of the 4th inning, there is 1 out. Now up to bat is number 19, Pesha, for the Bulldogs. It is a swing and a miss. 0-2 the count to number 19 from Canton. The pitch is hit not as high up in the air as the other ones, but it will be caught by the center fielder. So that ball had the distance, but unfortunately it landed in the glove of the right fielder. So here in the bottom of the 4th inning, there are 2 outs, and the score is still 0-0. The pitch to number 23, Byers, goes right off of the handle of the bat, and it will be foul. 0-1 the count. As we await the pitch, Cohen throws a ball, 1-1 the count. As Byers awaits his next pitch, the senior here at Gibson Field on senior night. The pitch is hit off the ground, and it will be fielded by the second baseman and will result in the 3rd out of the bottom of the 4th inning. So after 4 innings, the score remains 0-0. We are in the top half of the 5th inning, where the Cohasset Skippers will have number 1 up at the plate. Schubert. The pitch is a first pitch strike. 0-1 the count.
Hey, one, what do you say?
The pitch is a ball. 1-1 the count.
Go anyway on here.
Schubert got a single last time he was up at bat. He is 1 for 1 here in this game. Powers still the pitcher for Canton. Throws it. That ball is high up in the air, and it will be foul. Off into the pasture behind Gibson Field here. Beside here. 0-2 the count to Schubert. 1-2.
Run!
Is off the end of his bat, and that will be a out for Schubert here in the top half of the 5th inning. That's the first out of the top half of the 5th, where the score is the Cohasset Skippers 0, the Canton Bulldogs 0. As number 25 is up at bat for the Skippers of Cohasset. He takes a first pitch ball, only the second one of today. The pitch is a strike. 1-1 the count. Henny. The pitch is a ball. 2-1 the count. To Canning. The pitch. It is hit past the pitcher and into the glove of the second baseman McMahon, and it will result in the second out of the top half of the 5th inning.
Come on, same thing as last time. Let's go.
Now up to bat is number 10 from Cohasset, Cabanaro. Excuse me, Cabanaro is at the bat. As he awaits the pitch from Powers, here it comes, and it will be a ball. 1-0 the count. Only the third one of today, a rare commodity, is the first pitch ball from Powers. The pitch is a swing and a miss. 1-1 the count. To Cabanaro, as Powers winds up and throws the pitch, and it is a strike. 1-2 the count. The pitch is getting thrown, and it will be a ball after that. Check swing. Check swing was employed by Cavanaro, but was not fully gone, so that is a ball. And that is a third pitch strike. And Cavanaro strikes out looking for the third strikeout for Powers of the day. So after the Skippers go 1, 2, 3, at the end of 4.5, the score is the Cohasset Skippers 0, the Canton Bulldogs 0. Here we go. In the bottom of the 5th inning is number 18, Jenkins, up to bat for the Bulldogs. And he hits that ball into left field, and that ball will be fair. The best hit the Bulldogs have hit all day. And it will go 323 feet approximately into left field. And it tightens the foul ball line all the way down to the end of the field here at Gibson, and Jenkins will get the biggest hit of the day for either team, and it will be a double as he is in scoring position. Now up to bat is number 34, Doyle, the senior. It is a ball. Doyle has been on varsity almost his entire high school career, has he been playing varsity baseball. Here comes the pitch, and it is hit into the glove of the shortstop, number 5, and that will be a double play for the Cohasset Skippers. So, after that, in the bottom of the 5th inning, there are 2 outs after that double play. Now up to bat is Hamrock, who fouls that ball off. 4-1 the count to the Splendid Fielder.
Here we go, Hammer.
As number 2 gets set for his next pitch, does Cohen of Cohasset. The pitch. 1-1 the count to Hamrock. The pitch from Cohen is fouled off into the top of the net, the top left corner of the net here at Gibson Field. That ball bounces in front of the Bulldog dugout. The pitch is a foul. That is a foul by Hamrock, and it will be 0-2 the count. As we await the pitch from Cohen, here it comes. And that is a ball after the second ball of this at bat. 2-2 is the count to Hamrock. The pitch is foul once again. The net here at Gibson Field. This time it rolls off the left-hand side and goes off into the pasture behind Gibson Field. To the left side of it. That is. As Cohen awaits his next pitch, he figures it out and he is set on it, and here comes the pitch. And it is hit up the left-hand side past the glove of number 27, and it will be a single for number 3, Hamrock, his second single of the day. Now in for number 24, Gorham, is number 40, Matt Casamento. Casamento, the first Bulldog today, not a senior, as it is senior night here at Gibson Field. That ball is wild as the check on the runner at first base passes the glove of the first baseman, but not far enough for Hamrock to advance to second base without being out. As there were 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th inning. No score. The pitch is a strike. 0-1 the count to Casamento. As the pitcher checks on the runner at first base, he pitches. That ball is fouled off in the middle of the net here at Gibson Field. As it is senior night here at Gibson Field, there are 11 out of the 16 players for Canton are seniors. As number 2 checks the runner at first base and winds up. The pitch is hit into the glove of the shortstop, number 5, and it will result in a single for Casamento. That ball looked like it was going to go into the glove of the shortstop for Cohasset, but it bounced off the very tip of his glove at the last second, and it will result in a single for Casamento. Now with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th,
okay,
the
Jimmy?
Bulldogs
Eyes on
have 2
pitch,
men
shortstop
on base.
only.
One scoring
You okay?
position. The pitch is a ball to number 4, McMahon, as we are at the top of the
Gotta
order.
be you. Be aggressive in your zone.
McMahon is 0 for 2 today, but anything can happen in the game of baseball.
You okay, Jimmy? Plus. Nobody.
Hamrock is a speedy guy, and that ball will be fielded by the shortstop, and he will be safe at first base. Does McMahon, as that ball bounced in and out of the glove of number 19, as the speedy McMahon got to the base before number 19 could regain possession of the ball. So up to bat is the number 14 hitter, Howard, who is definitely a power hitter here at Gibson. Earlier this season, in one of the first home games of the year, he hit a home run down the left field line.
He got 2 downs.
In a game
Run on
against
contact.
Sharon in late April.
Guys, I got your help.
The pitch is a ball.
Hey,
1-0 the count.
Come on now, help
With the
yourself.
bases loaded for the Bulldogs.
Smart.
Hamrock on third, Casamento on second,
You all right,
McMahon
Kaz?
on first. A chopper down the first base line, and it will be fielded by the pitcher, but number 14, Powers, does indeed make it and beat out the play. So that scores the first run of the game as Hamrock crosses home plate. There will be a pinch runner. There will not be a pinch runner as number 14, Powers, switches helmets with his fellow pitcher, number 9, Griffin, who is now up at bat.
Gotta be you. Find a gap.
The Bulldogs lead this game by a score of 1-0, and the bases are loaded. The pitch is a ball. 1-0 the
Pick one
count.
spot. Make it match.
It is the bottom of the 5th inning, 2 outs.
Be
The
smart, Kev.
Bulldogs lead by 1 run. Casamento is on third base. McMahon on first. The pitch is a strike. 1-1 the count. Powers is on first.
Come on, man.
Is
Hey, gotta be you.
batting.
Gotta be you. You all right, Mike?
And we await the pitch. Here it comes. And it is down the dirt. It is a wild one. And Casamento will be safe at home with the feet first slide. And that energizes the Bulldog bench as they jump up out of their seats and are fantastically riled up here at senior night. As it is 2-0 in favor of the Dogs here at Gibson Field. The Bulldogs are doing a very good job so far in this game here in the bottom of the 5th inning, as they have broken the scorelessness of this game, as it is the bottom of the 5th and there are runs finally being scored, as we've had a pitcher's duel for the majority of this game. And number 2, Cohen, had a meeting of the mounds with his head coach and his catcher, but he will stay in the game. As there are umpires confirming that he stays in the game, and he will be. As Cohen stays in the game, gets himself back in the pitching zone, as it is 2 balls and 1 strike to number 9, Jerrier. The pitch is a ball, 3-1 the count, as 2 Bulldogs are in scoring position. McMahon on third, Powers on second, and Jerrier at the plate. 3-1 the count.
3-1.
As
Accelerate
number
through
2,
contact,
Cohen
nine.
lines up for the pitch. Here it comes. As it is hit down the third base line, and it will be fouled.
I got you, Buck.
As there is great camaraderie here between these two teams, as the players normally get the foul ball, but since the third baseman is playing, the Canton coach decided to help out. So great sportsmanship shown by the Bulldogs. And that will be a walk, a 5-pitch walk for number 9, Jerrier, as he will load the bases once again with Bulldogs. Now, up to bat
On
for
contact.
the Bulldogs is number 19, Pesha,
Come on, Patch, get some you can drive.
who is up to bat with the bases loaded. The pitch is hit past the first baseman, and it will be deep into right field.
Watch ball, turn watch ball.
And it will score 2 runs as Pesha gets an RBI, gets a
Hey, go. How to be heads up 1-9.
RBI double for Pesha, as he has to make sure that he retreats back to the first base, so that will not be the end of this 5th inning. So now with runners on the corners, the Bulldogs lead by a score of 4-0. Runners in the corners here. Griffin on, Jerry on first, Jerry on third, and Pesha on first, as Byers is at the plate. Pesha goes to steal second, and he will be safe as the ball is over the head of the leaping baseman for the Cohasset Skippers. As the Bulldogs now have a man in scoring position. Silva is the second baseman for the Cohasset Skippers. The pitch is fouled off high up in the air, and it will be foul here at Gibson Field as it goes into the pasture to the right behind the dugout for the Bulldogs. As it is now 5-0, as when
Second base
Pesha
only.
stealed second base, Powers went home as he scored and went across home plate. So the score is 5-0 in favor of the Bulldogs of Canton here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Number 23, Byers, is up to bat. The pitch is a dribbler down the third base line, and he will be safe as first base is Byers, and it will turn into an RBI single as he scores number 19, as he brings number 19, Pesha, home from third base. So now, the bases are clear except for number 23, Byers, as the score is 6-0 in favor of the Canton Bulldogs over the Cohasset Skippers. And there'll be a meeting of the minds here at the mound. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th inning. The Canton Bulldogs lead the Cohasset Skippers by a score of 6-0. And we resume play here at Gibson Field as the meeting of the minds is over at the mound. Now up to bat for the Bulldogs is number 18, Jenkins. As Jenkins is getting ready for his next pitch. The pitch is hit over the head of the shortstop, and it will be into the center and left fielder, as there is confusion going on in the outfield as the two collide with one another. One slips as he tries to regain the ball, and Joe will score from first base. So Byers does indeed cross home plate, making the score 7-0 in favor of the Bulldogs.
I would call that a single.
As there is a that is a double for Jenkins. And there will be a pitch and change for the Cohasset Skippers. Number 9 comes in for number 2. As it has been a very powerful and explosive bottom of the 5th for the Bulldogs. With 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th, they have split open this game from a scoreless 0-0 tie to a 7-0 lead here against the Cohasset Skippers. as number 9 takes his practice pitches. And Jenkins jots off to his coach at the first baseline coach here at Gibson Field. And it is indeed senior night for the Canton Bulldogs, as it is their last home game of the year, of the regular season, that is, indefinitely.
9 in for 27 in the 9 spot.
9 in for 27. Well, I don't. As number 9 takes his practice pitches as he continues though, here at Gibson Field as he warms up. As the seniors for the Bulldogs include Mike McMahon, Kevin Powers, Griffin Jerrier, Captain Joe Pescia, Joe Byers, Jim Jenkins, Sean Doyle, Jimmy Hamrock, Noah Sade, and Steve Gora. 11 of the players on the Canton roster are seniors, and that leaves only 5 for next year. They will definitely have a rebuilding process going on. Well, the Bulldogs have 3 games after this one. 1 in Sharon, 1 in Fairhaven, which is near New Bedford, and 1 in Cohasset. Now we resume play here in the bottom of the 5th inning with 2 outs. The Bulldogs lead 7-0 as the spectacular left-hander Doyle steps up to the plate and he takes ball 1, 1-0. Jenkins is in scoring position on second base, and that is 2 balls and no strikes from the new pitcher from Cohasset, as he represents the Skippers here pitching. Here it comes, and that is a strike, the first one from the new pitcher, as it is 2 on the count to
Get 2 down.
Doyle.
Get a jump. Good secondary, shortstop, straight behind. You're okay.
As the coach from Canton shouts directions, but that will be a foul ball for number 34, Doyle. 2-2 the count.
2-2. You okay? Shortstop only.
As Doyle
You're right,
awaits
what?
his next pitch. Here it comes. That is a high ball, full count.
Hey, base hit ball 4. Okay, gotta be you.
A full count here
Anything close, fouled
for
off.
the
Taking a
spectacular
good jump.
left-hander, Doyle, who is played varsity baseball the majority of his Canton high school career.
Go.
As that ball is hit into the glove of the left fielder. So the Bulldogs leave a man on base, but not after scoring 7 runs here in the bottom of the 5th inning. So after 5, the Bulldogs lead the Cohasset Skippers by a score of 7-0. And here we are in the top half of the 6th inning as Milanowski is the hitter for the Skippers, as Powers is still the pitcher for the Canton Bulldogs, as it is an 0-1 count to Milanowski. The pitch is a high sailing foul ball off into the dark abyss known as the forest behind Gibson Field. Powers remains composed, throws, gets ready to throw his pitch, winds up, and here it comes. As that ball is fouled, and it bounces off the top of the net and once again goes into the dark abyss known as the forest behind Gibson Field, as we have 2 balls gone into the field so far. That is a ball. 1-2 the count to Milanowski. As Powers gets set for his next pitch. Here it comes. And it is fouled into the batting cage. 1-2 the count remains. Powers is pitching his 2nd game this year, this home game. The pitch is fouled. Powers pitched the opening game, the opening day game against Foxborough, and then closed out a game earlier this season. Now he is the starting pitcher today against the Cohasset Skippers, as this is his second start of the home season. And here comes the pitch from Powers as he winds up, and here comes the pitch as it is hit to Doyle, and it will be a ground out for the first out of the top of the 6th inning. So that was a good work by number 14, but the number 14 from Canton does prevail in that matchup. Now we have number 9 up to bat for the Cohasset Skippers, a new pitcher that has come in for Cohen. The pitch is hit high
Go, go, go!
into the air, just there.
Shoot him! Shoot him!
Gotta get there, gotta get there!
And it will be a safe double is the umpire's call.
Attaboy, 9.
And number 9 does get his double here for the Cohasset Skippers, as we are at the top of the lineup. As number 2, Cohen, is up at bat. As Cohen gets set for his at bat.
Never know, Jake.
Cohen is 1 for 2 here in this game. He grounded out his first time and got a single his next. And that is a ball. Only the 4th time Kevin Powers has thrown
Hey, looking back,
a
shoot
first
one.
pitch ball, as we are here in the top half of the 6th inning. They only play 7 innings here in varsity baseball, high school baseball, and that is a strike. 1-1 the count. As Powers decides on his next pitch, he winds up, looks at the runner at second, and it will be a wild one, but number 9 will stay at second, as Byers does keep containment of that ball. The catcher Byers, who has played varsity baseball for at least half of his high school career. As Powers checks his runner at second, that ball is hit to number 4, McMahon, and the second baseman does indeed get out. The runner, Cohen. So with 2 outs here in the top half of the 6th inning, the Skippers have a man on third, but there are 2 outs here in the top half of the 6th. The Bulldogs lead by a score of 7-0. As the second baseman for the Skippers, Silva, is up at bat. He steps into the batter's box and awaits his first pitch from Howard. Here it comes. And that ball is high up in the air, and it will be caught into the glove of number 40, Casamento. As Casamento did have to pay attention to where that ball is going, because sometimes it can be very tricky to figure out where a ball can be going. One time you can be going, you can think it be going in one direction, it can be going in the complete other. But nonetheless, that is the end of the top of the 6th. So, with 5.5 in the books, the score is the Canton Bulldogs 7, the Cohasset Skippers 0. Now up to bat is number 3, Hamrock, as we start the bottom of the 6th inning. The pitch is foul, and it will be caught by the number 23, the catcher, nonetheless, Byers, as it rolls off into the dugout of the Bulldogs. So that is 1 strike for Hamrock, who led off the rally last inning. As that ball bounces in and out of the catcher's glove, that's how much power is coming off of that ball from number 9. 1-1 the count to the Splendid Fielder, Hamrock. The pitch is foul way back into the batting cage here at Gibson Field, as that batting cage is far behind the dugout for Howard for the Canton Bulldog. The pitch is hit high up in the air. That was a thud into left field, and that ball sails, but eventually lands in the glove of the left fielder. So now the number 9 hitter, Casamento, who came in for scoring in the 3rd inning. So Casamento is up for his second at bat of this game.
I gotta put some distance between me and whoever I'm racing so I can beat him with a cane.
Another pitch is a ball. 1-0 the count. Casamento in his last at bat got a single as he awaits the next pitch from number 9. That sounded like a major league hit right there. Bouncing off, ball hitting wood, but they use metal bats here in high school varsity baseball. So Casamento rips one into left field and will get a line drive single and gets on base. So with 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th inning, the Bulldogs have a man on first. And that is a first pitch ball to the leadoff hitter for the Bulldogs, McMahon. As McMahon winds up and raises himself for the next pitch. Here it comes. And that is a ball, 2-0 the count. McMahon is up for the 4th time. He has had 2 singles and a pop fly. So number 4 is up for the 4th time here at Gibson Field as he awaits the pitch from number 9. And that is a strike, 2-1 the count here on senior night for the Canton Bulldogs, as they have 11 out of the 16 players on their roster are seniors, and this may be their last home game. The pitch is showed bunt, but Casamento tries to steal second, and he will indeed steal second base. That adds to the
Anything to your left,
very
right?
large
Here,
total of
free
the
zone
stolen
line drive.
bases for the Canton Bulldogs.
You okay?
McMahon
Shortstop only, you all right?
is now still at bat. The pitch, as McMahon hits that ball foul down the 3rd base line. As Casamento is indeed in scoring position for the Bulldogs here in the bottom of the 6th inning. They lead 7-0 over the Cohasset Skippers. And there's 1 out in the bottom of the 6th. The pitch is a ball, and that ball definitely hit either the catcher or the umpire. It is hard to tell because it was so fast. It definitely hit one of them, and that did not sound very good. Thankfully, it looked like it hit the padding, and hopefully everyone is okay.
Yeah, it's checked up.
Like a gristle.
Now number 9 checks the runner at second base, and here comes the pitch. That ball is hit to the second baseman, and it will be an out for McMahon. But he does indeed advance number 40, Casamento, to 3rd base. He is now 90 feet away from scoring the 8th run for the Bulldogs. Now up to bat for the Bulldogs is number 14, the pitcher, Howard, here in the bottom of the 6th inning, where there are 2 outs. Howard awaits the pitch. Here it comes. And it will be a ball, 1-0. This is a pitcher's duel in another sense of the word, as the pitcher awaits the pitch from the pitcher from Cohasset. As that ball is hit high up in the air, and it will be, as we wait, and it will be a out as it lands into the glove of the center fielder, as that ball went nearly 360 feet into mid center field. So the Bulldogs leave a man on 3rd, but the score at the end of 6 innings is the Bulldogs of Canton 7, the Skippers of Cohasset 0.
Trying to steal it. Strikeout.
Here we are in the top half of the 7th inning, as Powers gets set to pitch to the leadoff hitter in this inning, number 5. As that is a ball. And ironically, that is only the 5th time Powers has thrown a first pitch ball. Number 5 steps up to the plate. Now waits the pitch. And that is a strike. 1-1 the count. As O'Connell, number 5, awaits his next pitch. Here it comes. That is a ball, and it bounces up high in the dirt and over Byers, the catcher for Canton, as it will be 2-1 the count. As Towers has continually pitched this entire game. Here it comes. The pitch is hit into the infield here at Gibson Field, and it does indeed bounce in and out of the possession of Pesha, and it will get a single here for the Skippers of Cohasset. As the next hitter of the bat for the Skippers takes a first pitch strike as he swings and misses. As Powers has indeed pitched this entire game, and that pitch is foul off into the cage as number 5, O'Connell, does indeed try to steal second base. The count is 0-1-2. Number 15 as he hits the ball back to Powers. Powers throws it to Pesha. Pesha gets out. The runner at first. Pesha gets out the runner at second and throws it to Doyle, and Doyle completes the double play. So the Bulldogs are 1 out away from winning this game. As number 1 is up to bat. Schubert. Here's the pitch. Is a ball. The 6th time Powers has done that. This year. This game. As it is senior night. The last regular season home game here for the Bulldogs. The pitch. Is a strike. 0-1 the count. Here's the pitch. That ball is foul down the shallow third base line, and it will come just past the Bulldog dugout. And that will be a foul ball. Here comes the pitch. That is a ball. 2-2 the count to number 1, Schubert. Tower sets up, winds up, and delivers the pitch. And he hits that ball to Pesha. Does Schubert, and that will be an out, a ground out, and that will end this very game. So the Bulldogs win this game against Cohasset by a score of 7-0. If they win their next 3 road games, they will be into the playoffs. Their next game is against Sharon. The one following that is against Fairhaven, which is near New Bedford. The Bulldogs beat them in their in the second home game of the season. And the very last game for the Bulldogs this regular season is against Cohasset. This time it is in Cohasset on Cape Cod. So for Canton Community Television, I'm Kevin Prague, along with my cameraman Jameson Smith and my statistician Joshua Nix. The final score again is the Canton Bulldogs 7, the Cohasset Skippers 0. For Canton Community Television, thank you for watching. So I'm here with Coach JP. How are you doing today?
Doing well.
That's good. Now, what does a win on senior night mean for the Canton Bulldogs team?
It's a lot of momentum for us going into next week, which is the last week of the season. 3 games left, all on the road, so that ends our home stand. Obviously on a high note, gives them the weekend to look forward to next week's games.
It's great. Now, you guys play Cohasset at the end of the year. That's the last game. Yep. How do you think this experience will help you in that game?
Well, obviously it gives us a lot of confidence. That was their number 2 pitcher today on the mound. Their number one pitcher threw from them yesterday. So again, we have to win every game up until that point. So let's hope we get to it and we win that last game and we're in the tournament.
Definitely. Now, thank you and congratulations on your big win today.
Thank you.
And thank you. Yes.
All right,
Have a
appreciate
good
it.
day. Thank you.
All right, bud. Thanks, guys.
Thank you. This has been a Signature Voice production.